World leaders arrived in Sharm el-Sheikh for the climate negotiations scheduled to run through November 18th, and delegates at the UN COP27 climate summit in Egypt agreed on Sunday to discuss whether rich nations should compensate poor countries most vulnerable to climate change for their suffering.
I particularly welcome the agreement of the parties to include a new agenda item on funding arrangements to respond to loss and damage. This creates, for the first time, an institutionally stable space on the formal agenda of the COP and the Paris Agreement to discuss the pressing issue of funding arrangements needed to deal with existing gaps in responding to loss and damage.
Much of the tension at COP27 is expected to relate to loss and damage, which wealthy countries have rejected for more than a decade. Some parties have shown reservations in the adoption of climate compensation as an item of the official COP27 agenda.
And there have been reservations aired as to the extent and the responsibilities that might be entailed from the addition in an official manner of this item on the agenda. But we have sensed over this year specifically a change in the positions of delegations that had reservations.
This is a difficult subject area. It's been floating for 30 plus years, so that the fact that it is there as a substantive agenda item, I believe bodes well. What I would encourage and what I would hope is that parties continue in that spirit of finding common areas.
This summit comes at the end of a year that has seen devastating floods and unprecedented heat waves, severe droughts and heavy storms, all unequivocal signs to the unfolding climate emergency.